Hi guys, it's Kelly here. So today I've got some hitting drills that you guys can do with just a tee. So here in my cage at my house, I've got a tee, I've got some balls, and I'm gonna be hitting into this net right here. So for people at home that don't have this type of setup, all you guys need is basically the tee. You can use any sort of ball that you have. You can either use regular softballs, wiffle balls, softies, any type of ball that you have at your house can be used for this drill. And you don't need a bunch of them, just a couple. And if you don't have a cage that you can hit into, all you need is some sort of bow net or any sort of net that can just catch the balls that you're hitting. So stay tuned for some really cool drills, and if you have this equipment, this can be done at any time whenever you're able to get outside and get some hitting in. So stay tuned for more. Okay guys, so when we're swinging, something that's very important to remember is that everybody's swings are going to be different. Everyone's got their own individual swing, and that's what makes your swing yours. But there's a couple things that are super important that everybody's swings need to have. I like to call these Kelly's 3 important things about hitting. So the first one is that when we're hitting, so say I'm in my stance right here at the tee, my head always needs to be watching the ball. So when the ball is coming from the pitcher's hand, coming all the way into the strike zone, my eyes should be following that ball all the way in, and my head should be really still throughout my swing. If I'm not watching the ball or I'm looking out into the outfield out there, I'm not going to be able to hit the ball because I can't see it. So that's number one. Number two is that when we're hitting, we want to be super aggressive and swing really hard every single time. Because even when we don't get a good swing on the ball, or maybe we're not feeling our best that day, if we swing super hard and aggressive every single time, there's a really good chance that even our best swing, even not our best swings, even with not having a great swing, we'll still hit the ball really hard. So that's number two. The third most important thing is that when we get up to swing, every single time we get in the batter's box, or if we're hitting off a tee or we're doing front toss, any sort of drill, is that we're confident when we get up there. So if we get up there and we're really nervous, which sometimes does happen, I won't lie to you, but if we're really nervous and all we're thinking to ourselves is, man, I'm really not going to hit the ball today, what do you think? We're probably not going to hit the ball, or not going to hit it as well as we'd like to. So even when we're not having our best day, always get up into that batter's box with a ton of confidence that that pitcher is never going to beat you. All right, so those are the 3 most important things about hitting, that no matter who you are, what type of swing you have, you should incorporate those into your hitting game. So before I always start hitting, I always start with belly swings. So if you watched my other video, I demonstrated what they looked like against a tree, but if you have a net, you can do it right against that too, which is what I normally do. So belly swings are super important because they help keep your hands inside the ball and make sure you're not casting or keeping your hands away from your body. So I'm going to show you what a few of these look like. So all you're going to do is you're going to set up, you're going to put the knob of your bat against your belly and have the end of your bat against the net. So you're going to set up like that, so we know the right distance away we should be. Then you're going to get in your stance, and all you're going to do is take some swings. The goal is, like I just said, keeping our hands inside so that we don't touch the net. It gives you instant feedback if your hands are coming away from your body, so you're going to hit right into the net. So we know automatically, okay, my hands are coming too far away from my body. So this is why I love to do this drill, so I know exactly what I should fix right afterwards. So again, set up, get the right distance away, and all you're going to do is take some swings. Trying to keep that head nice and still, legs nice and balanced the whole time too. Alright, so the first drill we're going to work on is some top hand and bottom hand drills. So some of you guys may have never done this before, but it's a really good drill to work on our hand path when we're swinging. So instead of gripping the bat with 2 hands like we normally do, for this drill we're going to just use 1 hand at a time. So to start, we're going to use our bottom hand. So all you're going to do is you're going to take your bat with your 2 hands, and then you're just going to let go of the top one. This is called our bottom hand when we're swinging. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to move my hand up the bat, and I'm going to do a couple swings with just the bottom hand. So every time I'm swinging with just a single hand, I'm working on keeping those hands nice and close to my body, being strong at contact. Because when we're just using one hand, we're not as strong as when we have two hands, so we gotta be nice and strong, try and hold that bat up, nice flat bat when we get to contact, and then following through right through the ball. Alright, so same thing that we just did with our bottom hand, we're gonna do with our top hand now. So again, hold the bat with two hands, let go of that bottom hand, and you're gonna have the top hand on the bat still. So then you're just going to slide up your hand to the top part of your bat, just like so. And we're going to do the exact same thing that we just did with the bottom. So again, working on keeping my hands inside the ball, driving that knob straight ahead, strong eye contact, and then extending and following through right through the ball. Okay, so one of the best things that you can do with a tee is just swing normally right off of it. So this is probably the next best thing to do when we can't actually do front toss or see a moving ball as much. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys where the proper spot to place the tee is when we're hitting so that we can drive that ball right back up the middle. So you're going to want, when we're hitting, we want to hit the ball out in front of our body. So if I'm making contact with the ball and I'm got that ball right in the middle of my body, see where my hands are? See how this doesn't look very powerful? This happens a lot when we're either late on the ball or we're not getting our hands quick enough to the ball. So if you can see, right, I've got that ball in the middle of my body on the tee. This doesn't look very powerful. What you really want to do is take a big step back, and we want to get that ball out in front of our front foot if we're driving that ball right back up the middle. So see here, I've got the tee a little bit in front of my front foot here, so that when I get to contact on the ball, my hands and arms are extended and I'm really strong at contact. So every time you're hitting off a tee, think about where you're placing that tee so that you can get your hands in a good position to hit the ball right back up the middle. And following off of that, once you've worked on hitting that ball right back up the middle, you can move the tee around to either hit an outside pitch, an inside pitch, high pitch, low pitch. That's the beauty of a tee. You can put that ball wherever you want it. So mix up that too. Hit up the middle and then work on hitting different places with the ball. Alright, so now I'll show you how I would move around on the tee if I was going to just take some regular swings right off a tee that's not a special drill or anything. So here I am. I've got the ball set up right in front of that front foot. I'm going to drive that ball right back up the middle. Each time I'm resetting. I'm not rushing, taking my time, keeping my head right down on that ball. Alright, now we're going to work on hitting some outside pitches off the tee. So how you'd set up for that, start where you normally would with that ball a little bit out in front of that front foot, and you're going to take a little step backwards and a little step forwards. So we're a little bit more in line with the ball than we were previously. This will mimic an outside pitch. So even with that outside pitch, we still want to get our hands out in front of our body. We don't want to be in line with our bodies. We're losing some of our power. So I'll show you what a few of those look like. For righties, on that outside pitch, we want to drive that to right field or right center. Right field, right center, that's our goal. For lefties, it's the opposite. You want to drive that ball to left field or left center. Okay, and then after working on the outside pitch, we're going to work on the inside pitch. So again, starting like we do normally when we're hitting that ball right back up the middle, you're going to take a little step forward and a little step backwards. So see how this ball is even more out in front of my body now? It's also a little bit closer to me to mimic the inside pitch. So same thing, I'm going to try and keep my hands inside that ball and get my barrel out in front so I can drive this ball, if I'm a righty, to left field, left center. Still keeping my hands inside the ball though and not coming around the ball. See the difference there? So I want to keep my hands close to my body inside that ball so I can get a good angle with my bat and drive the ball instead of coming around it and most likely pulling it foul. So I'll show you a few of what those look like. Alright. Alright, so next I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite tee drills ever, and it's called Happy Gilmore. Now, probably a lot of you girls have never heard of this movie, but parents, I'm sure you have. Happy Gilmore is basically a drill that we can do to work on getting power from our legs while we're hitting. So I'll show you how to set up for that. So all you're going to do is have the ball like we normally do when we're hitting the ball up the middle off a tee, but we're going to step way back. Alright, so watch what I do. I'm going to give myself a lot of room, and I'm going to be pretty far away from the tee. And all you're going to do is you're going to set up like you normally do, keeping your hands nice and high, trying not to let them fall down at all while we're doing this. And all you're going to do is you're going to take a big step with that back foot forward. See that? I'm going to step with this back foot forward, step with that front foot again, and then I'm in that exact same position, ready to hit the ball right back up the middle. Working on gaining a lot of power from our legs so we can explode through the ball and drive it as hard as we can. Alright, so the next drill is called the flamingo drill. So again, it's working on gaining power from our legs and staying nice and balanced while we're hitting. Because a lot of times when we're swinging, we tend to fall over, or we're not super planted with our feet, and that's something that's super important so that we can keep our head still and drive that ball so we're not falling all over the place. So this drill is going to help us work on that. So all you're going to do is set up like you normally would, driving that ball right back up the middle, tee in front of that front foot. You're going to get ready in your stance, get your hands up, and again, like we did with Happy Gilmore here, you want to keep those hands high the whole time. And all you're going to do is you're going to shift your weight back onto this back leg, and you're going to lift up that front foot, and you're going to hold it for either as long as you can or for about 3 seconds. It's pretty tricky, so try that out. But you're going to load up on that back leg, and then after the 3 seconds, you're going to bring that front foot down, keeping your hands high, and you're going to drive right through the ball. So working on loading up on that back leg, staying balanced, driving that weight forward through the ball. So this drill is called the hop drill. So again, it's working on balance in our legs, driving forward, getting that good weight shift through the ball, and keeping our hands high. So I'll show you what this looks like. Set up just like you normally would, like we keep doing, driving that ball right back up the middle. You're going to set up with your stance, keeping those hands high, and then all you're going to do is you're going to hop backwards with that back leg, hop, hop forward, hop backwards again, and then once you plant that front foot, you're going to drive right through the ball. Alright, so I'll show you how it's done. So another drill you guys can do without a tee is called the tennis ball bounce drill. So this works on waiting for that pitch to get to you, and then when it comes, exploding through it. So I'll show you guys how to do that one. So I have my dad here. He's got a tennis ball in his hand, and all he's going to do when I'm ready and I'm set up, he's going to drop the ball in front of my front foot so I can drive it back up the middle, and then I'm going to swing after it bounces and it comes back up. That's when I'm going to swing. So I'm waiting for that pitch, I'm loading up, and then as soon as it's in my zone, I'm going to attack and launch on it. So another drill you can do without using a tee, and if you have a partner available, is side toss. So this is a great drill to do if you're not able to see live pitching right now, or if you can't do any front toss. This is a great drill to use a moving ball so that we can still work on all of the good parts of our swing, but now the ball is moving. So I have my dad here as my partner. All he's going to do is he's going to take a ball, any type of ball that you have again, and he's going to try and toss this ball out in front of my front foot, right around here, so that I'm in a good position, just like we set up with the tee, to get my hands inside, strong, extend those arms at contact, and extend right through that ball and drive it right back up the middle. So that's what his job is during this drill. My job, again, trying to hit the ball as hard as I can, focusing on going right back up the middle. So something that I was talking about and mentioning a lot throughout the entire video was driving that ball back up the middle. So ultimately, when we are driving the ball back up the middle, we're keeping our bat square in the zone as long as possible, being really strong at contact, and then extending right back through the pitcher, back up the middle. When we do that, that's when we're going to hit our farthest balls. When we keep our bat in the zone as long as possible, driving that ball right back up the middle, it's going to make a lot of flaws in your swing come out or go away, and you're going to drive that ball super hard and as far as you can. Alright guys, so I hope this helped everybody and gave you some ideas of drills that you can do if you don't have a cage available or if you're not able to go to a field. So all these things don't take much equipment. Parents, you can go out to the store and get any of this stuff right now, I'm sure, or order it online, and it won't be too much of an investment. And this stuff can be used anytime it's nice out. So all these drills you're either able to do with just yourself on a tee or with a partner. So girls, really try and get out, get practicing so that when we're ready to play and we're able to get some games in, we're ready to go and our swings are ready. So thanks everyone for watching.